pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please lead us in prayer, Deb.
Heavenly Father, you have entrusted us to be stewards of our community. Please guide our hearts and minds as we make decisions that will affect our residents. We ask that you bless our community with peace and prosperity. May we always be mindful of the needs of all of our residents and our entire community. Please protect our police department, fire department, and our employees as they perform their duties. Father, we also ask that you bless all the members of our military, past and present. We thank you for giving them the courage to serve, and we pray that you will protect them and return them safely home. Thank you for your many blessings that you have given us, and keep us forever mindful of them. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Nice job, Debbie.
Thank you, Deb. Councilwoman Schott is absent tonight. She is ill.
Motion to excuse.
Second?
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bailey.
Yes.
The minutes.
Motion to pass minutes? Second. There was only one thing she did different on it. She had the wrong time underneath the executive session, which she changed.
Yeah, okay.
Bills.
Wait a minute, I'm sorry. I have a motion by Bailey, second by Willis. Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bailey.
Yes.
Thank you.
Now we'll go to bills.
Motion to review.
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bailey.
Yes.
Hourly workers' time report. Fireman's time.
Second.
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
Bailey.
Yes.
This is the clerk treasurer's report.
Each of you have the following correspondence via the Department of Commerce regarding our liquor permits within the community. This is the form we get every year if you want to object to a renewal. And also you have the Ohio Job and Family Service, the unemployment detail for our last employee that left us. The final documents were submitted to the state for the EMS grant. Today I received the check from the Fire Association to pay a portion of that. I believe it was like a CO2 detector. And everything's been filed. I'm waiting for reimbursement of the last two items. The fire payroll was complete. They were closed with a positive balance at the end of this month with very little money left over. So depending on what we get in from the Ohio billing runs in the next couple months, that's what's going to have to carry them. If it does not, General will have to help support their normal bills. The regular monthly bills, I did a quick run on them for you. It averages about $2,900 a month. And that's for the salary, the utilities, their Ohio billing, their Logic, that's for their dispatch service, their fuel, and I also figured in their share of workers' compensation. Even though we don't pay it every month, that's what it would have cost us every month. I'll keep you apprised each month of where it's standing. Holiday hams. If you're going to order hams for the employees for the holidays, I know, Bailey, we need to vote for Christmas. We're gonna have to get that order the list through Andrew in the office and get it over to Tammy, because she orders those in the beginning of the month. So you have to decide what you're going to do with that and make a
Well, I'll
vote.
make a motion for hands.
Second.
Was this for all employees or just,
Not
Everybody
elected.
but the council. The same
Not
as the
elected,
power.
not elected
I
officials.
just thought I'd try it, what the heck?
I have a motion by Willis, a second by Fair. Willis?
Yeah.
Fair?
Yes.
Hartman?
Yes.
Bailey?
No,
McKinney?
Yeah.
I jumped out of line.
I know you did.
You're such a Scrooge.
I couldn't resist.
I hope I don't have to stand behind you.
Brewster does himself for Thanksgiving and Christmas.
Don't go about it.
Everybody.
We don't follow everything Bruce
Why don't you
does.
live in Brewster then?
Yeah, you can move up there tomorrow. We'll even help you
Who said
move.
anything about moving there?
We'll even help you move.
You didn't decide or vote on any funds to be given to the churches. We normally give the
Oh,
churches
yeah.
money. We give to the three churches. Yes, all three churches.
Usually gives $100 a piece.
I think it's $100 a piece.
I make a motion, we give
Second.
all the churches $100. The three.
Second.
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Daley.
Yes,
I just thought about that. Okay. The next I have is the legislation.
Boy, you got a stack of that.
No, I have three. I have the third reading of Resolution 1608, a resolution authorizing and directing the mayor of the Village of Beach City, Ohio to sign the contract with G. Ian Crawford for the 2017 yearly services.
Motion.
second,
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Daley.
yes.
I have the second reading of Resolution 1609. A resolution to authorize the mayor of the Village of Beach City, Ohio to execute a collection service agreement with the Centralized Business Solutions Company.
Second reading.
Second reading. And the solicitor prepared a resolution number 16-10, title being a resolution to authorize the mayor of the Village of Beach City, Ohio to execute a public service contract to provide limited police service to the Village of Wilmot, Stark County, Ohio.
Motion been moved.
Second.
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bailey.
Yes,
Motion passed.
second,
Willis,
Yes.
Fair,
Yes.
Hartman,
Yes.
McKinney,
Yes.
and Bailey.
yes. We talked to the police and he's gonna make sure you got a copy of everything, Debbie. What's going on?
Okay. And that's all I have.
I would ask you about that email you sent out about ADR and that, but you're gonna discuss that tonight.
It's on that thing.
It's stuff that we have to make sure we keep up on. Remember Danny used to do a list for us? Those were things I know that we haven't cleared up, and since with ADR, Richard's not here. So he doesn't come up, other than working on grants, come up and update us.
Okay.
And I don't know if, what's the man's name down there now, the engineer?
Jeff
Yeah.
Carter.
Jeff Carr. If Jeff Carr intends to, they should be providing something at every meeting telling us where they're at. If you go by the way the engineer worked when I first came here, they would always have, the firm had information for us.
It seems like it's taken them an awful long time to second right up for going out for bid than it did first.
I sent them a check, they had to resubmit something to the
We
state,
ain't gonna pay them if they don't do something.
but they haven't billed us for anything. And as I said, they haven't billed us, I did have to submit a second check to have the plans sent to Columbus or whatever it
Right.
was. But I don't know where it stands.
I
That,
don't either. Nobody
and
else.
what was the other thing I had?
I got your letter here.
Oh, the points for the electric rate study.
Now, that's a big mess.
We need to get that, we have to keep moving and keep those things accomplished, or we're gonna get lost again.
Andrew, can you
I'm
get a
gonna
hold
actually
of,
discuss some of this here in a little bit.
Okay.
I haven't.
He's got it on the agenda here.
So that's all I have then.
Thank you. Do we have any visitor or public speaks tonight, John?
not tonight.
Not tonight. All right. Thank you folks that are here for coming. I appreciate the smiling faces. And the encouraging words that I get during the week. It's been nice, I gotta tell you. Some people are sending me things and it's all positive and I like that. One thing I do want to go over, there's a few things, it's coming close to the end of the year. I do want to get with Andrew, the department heads, being the police chief, the fire chief, and I want us to compile some lists of unfinished projects that have been going on, some of them prior to my taking over as mayor. If you would, Andrew and Chief, and I'll get with Chief Dotson, if you guys could jot down some things that come to mind. I'm also going to review my notes from each of the council meetings and come up with a list. I would like to do this at the second meeting in December, if we could. And I think we need to discuss some of these things. What we need, do we need updates, do we need, answers? Because I agree they've kind of been pushed to the back burner, and it's like, I had to ask myself, I didn't know some of the, what was going on with this. We haven't talked about it for a while. If you guys want to go over your notes, jot down some things, and then we can all discuss them, come up with what we want. Do we want this, if it's ADR, do we want them to start supplying us with more updates? This lift station thing was going on prior to me coming on board.
This electric rate study.
The electric
has
rate-
been going on for years.
Has been, I think,
Long before
2013 or
you came
14, I seen that.
Yeah.
Now, yeah, I don't think we're being, I don't think it's asking too much that we ask these people that we're paying money for to keep us abreast of what's going on.
Mayor, not interrupting you, but this rate study thing on the electric, what happens? Now, he'll go into next year. It's gonna be next year. Here coming a month or so. Then he'll call down here and want more information on electric, and have you added anybody and all that. Then he'll have to figure that in. And every time he waits another year, he calls for big figures.
I'm not
And
giving him any more
And we
pictures.
pay each
We pay
year,
him for
correct?
I don't mind the
Container?
$50 a month because we might have to use him for something. But when you start getting billed from him for part of this rate study and nothing's done, it just ain't worth it.
Well,
No, that's what we need to,
when he wanted the rate study and they sort of stalled it out, we had to give him a second year. And I think if Cindy and I go back and look, we've given him 3 years. I made my mind up. He's not getting any more data from me. I'm not going to copy stacks of reports to send to him. He's got the basic of what our community does in a 2-year period, if not 3. He needs to move forward and go with it.
Well, the one excuse was, the last 2 that we hired in the electric department, Andrew told him, we had to hire, so we hired 2. Well, that's 3 while out of whack. It's one thing after another.
has this guy done stuff for us in the past with
Oh,
other
yeah.
rate studies?
Oh, yeah.
Were we satisfied with that?
He worked for the Ohio very closely, so
Yeah,
there's
he-
no excuse why he can't take someone's payroll and extend it out for a year to know what it's gonna cost for their payroll and insurance, to put that into our yearly expenses, to see if we're gonna make enough to cover everything, plus have money aside for repairs or, whatever we need in that department.
We've never had this kind of a problem with him on it and stuff. And he does work good with Ann. you can go to him and get a lot of information instead of going through Ann.
I think if we come up with some lists and we discuss it and we prioritize the ones that are of the most importance to us, I think that's a good starting place. You guys have any?
Well, the lift
Oh, that's
station
fine.
should be number one. Because it's been running for quite a while waiting for this.
It won't get done this year.
No, and what
No.
concerned me about that was when I was reading over some of the documentation on the funding, it was supposed to be done by December of this year.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
Now, I think Andrew said that they had asked for an extension. I don't know that we've seen the paperwork on that extension. And I sure as heck don't want to finish the lift station and know all the money ourselves. We
Have
we
you
can
seen
never pay
anything
for
on
it.
that, Andrew?
If nothing else, send us,
Send us something, I mean,
you know, the project is at this point,
Well, when we was paying $1,000 a month, we got all that in.
yeah, and that's ridiculous because the amount's covered in the contract to do the lift station.
Andrew, can you call him, Andrew, and get in contact with him? Tell him we'd like to know what's going on. I don't think that second bid thing's over. I don't think it is.
No, it hasn't even started.
That's ridiculous.
One of the other things I wanted to talk about, which actually Andrew's going to talk about this, so that was the village cell phones, but you're going to cover that in yours, correct, Andrew?
Yes.
Village Hall is going to be closed Thursday and Friday of this week.
Yes, sir.
Keep that in mind. We just did the contract for the police. Figured out who's covering for Deb. Chief, are you going to touch on the neighborhood watch thing in your? You will be touching on that.
Yep.
Okay. The truck for the street department. We had talked about that. I don't know, a meeting or two ago, Andrew. You're still compiling information on that? Okay.
I wanted to bring up to the attorney about what kind of people we got to have to appraise our park up there before we can ever put it up for bid, and whether we can restrict it so there can be trailers put in there sometime after the first of the year.
You need one there second half.
Yeah, I don't know, Steve, whether we gotta have, when we bought some property out of 93, we had to have a certain appraiser
Okay.
that appraised the property, and I don't know if we can get away with somebody else doing it, since it's owned by government.
That cost you a little bit out there, that's true.
That would cost us $5,000, that's too much money.
When we went to sell the property on Manchester, we had to bring in a specialized appraiser that was experienced in public or government property, which it just happened to someone that I knew from years past. His name was Alan Blauman. And I'm thinking, I didn't go back and check it, I'm thinking it was well over $5,000. And yeah, they take the property, then they base, how they do it at home. But then they look at it in a different venue, I guess it's a big public.
Okay.
And I don't know if we sell anything if we have to have that appraised or not.
I will look into it.
I'm
It
just
was
not sure.
the sale relative to the appraisal, and what was the second thing that you
To
would?
whether we could restrict,
Oh, deed restriction.
yes.
Okay, I'll look into it.
Now, while we're talking about that property, just so everybody knows, we did attempt to discuss with Habitat for Humanity about building homes back there. I contacted them and I met with the gentleman down here. They liked the property, but after they figured in all the costs it would take for them to get in back there, it was going to cost over $500,000 because they'd have to build a road, extend all the utility lines, sewer, water, and electric out through there, and the infrastructure cost was just too much. So they turned it down. But they were thinking about putting 5 homes in out there on that property, which would have helped the village itself, not only with tax money, but for the property taxes, but also the tax money for all the residents who live there, because they have to work and pay their house payments. So we would have also had money coming in there, but Habitat had to turn it down because it would cost them too much. And I tried to finagle all kinds of different deals with them, but it would just cost them too much, so they couldn't do it.
That was a good job, Rob.
Yeah, thank you for that, by the way.
Well, you want to know what I was almost going to offer from the village, but I didn't.
But
We help them extend the lines out, the electric and water and sewer. But they would have to, they told me they'd have to bring in fill dirt back there because it's so low there, and we are already in a flood area. And it's low there. He said they would have to fill it in also. So that was another big cost.
Well, the only good part about that property is there's a lot of sand and gravel. Water goes away very fast back there. I played there for years.
that didn't flood in '69, did it?
Never flooded.
Okay.
Nope,
And that was the last big flood we had here.
that's right.
But because he has people he has to answer to, because it is a floodplain in this area, it was a big deterrent for them, especially since it's so low there.
Because I was in Louisiana in the Air Force. My mom sent me pictures of the water right down there at the old bridge, lapping right up on it.
Oh, some of my property is in the floodplain down there.
Yeah, Mayor, may I say something? I'm sorry, I just speak up. That way everybody can hear me. I also wanted to say, I don't get on that book face or whatever it's called. Facebook. I don't get on that a lot, but I've noticed that I've seen one resident in this town that actually puts a lot of good comments on it, and he's sitting right here tonight. That's David Claude.
Southside Davy.
Southside, I seen that.
But, I really appreciate the good comments you put on there. It's better than some of the ones I read. Because I do read a lot of terrible comments on there, and I'm really appreciative of positive feedback to this village. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, David.
There's another guy too, there's Dave,
Hartline?
Yeah.
I don't get on that thing very often.
But and I do enjoy seeing the positive. And Davey and I sat here for 2 hours the other night and just talked about different ideas and positive things, and that's what it's about. That's what we got to do. We have to come together as a community and get people thinking positively and encouraging.
That's the way you get things done.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah.
It absolutely is.
That's right. Thank you.
I hear that. real
But I'll tell you,
good.
well, you can say all you want to, but I'll tell you, I'm looking at people for the next 50 years. That this building is worth $500,000 right now, somewhere in that vicinity. And if you don't protect it in the next 50 years, you're gonna have problems.
Did you hear what Willie said? One more time, it's
I
right to the
heard.
moon, Franny.
I heard you say it. He don't bother me. He's getting old. He's the oldest one on council.
What's that, just because there's snow on the roof, don't mean there ain't fire in the furnace.
I think that covers everything I had wanted to discuss. Oh, there was one other thing. We had talked about the sign at the park a meeting or so ago.
Yeah.
Somebody put a sign up there, but it says park closes at 10 p.m.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did anybody else see that?
I saw it.
No, I thought it was supposed to be at dusk.
Well, that's kind of what I thought. I didn't
I
get a
think
chance
that
to
goes
talk
back to the old
to,
police chief.
I didn't get a chance to talk to the
There was
CIC.
a contention about some of them wanted to do it at dusk, and others said 10 o'clock.
See, when we had the tennis court was there, and we had lights up there, you wanted to play the midnight, and it was, we never had no trouble up there, but then everything changed. And then they brought it down to curfew time. So if it's below that, I don't, did somebody pass it?
Not supposed to be there anyway. The one down below has got a sign when you enter. It says close at dusk.
Yeah, the road closes at dusk down there.
going to that part.
Do you, Rick, do you know who put that sign up, or,
Which one? There's two of them on the pavilion.
yeah,
No, down at all.
it's a new one, at least I don't remember seeing it, it's got big letters,
Now, where at now?
it's, I think it's right on the pavilion.
It's on the bathroom side is where I saw it.
There's one facing,
Should be one on the other side too.
there's one facing 93 as well. Did they just put theirs up recently?
No, them been up for a good while. Council had them made up. About 2 years now.
I thought it was.
They've been up there a good while.
Because I know we had talked about, somebody had said that the park was supposed to close at dusk, and I don't know, is that true, or I guess I would need to speak to the CIC.
I believe all village and city parks are to close at dusk.
Makes sense.
Well, yeah, there's no reason for anybody to be in there any later than that unless they're having a special event, the Christmas lighting of the tree or something like that. I tell
Well,
you what,
it used to be on the curfew, but everything's changed since then.
well, that was in the 20s, Franny, whenever you used to play it. But
1820.
How old does he think I am?
who, is Bev still acting as the president of the CIC? Does anybody know?
You don't want to go there.
It's-
I mean, I don't want to be rude, but you need to go to the old minutes to see what council voted. The CIC does not make the decisions for the park. It's really governed by the village and the council.
That's right.
So we have to research, I'm saying we because I'm afraid it'll come back to me. We have to research what was voted on and the signs and stuff like Mr. Savage says, because this group is what makes decisions. They just provide money to help operate and purchase things for the park.
They can make recommendations.
Yeah,
Do you,
You think we ought to change it, make it dusk?
we started
yeah, I
with
think it should, yeah.
2008 is when it all would have begun. If we go through and brief the minutes, I can give that job even to Kathy.
Well, I can come in and do it in the evenings too. If you can supply me the folders with them, I'll go through them.
Oh, we'll be glad to give you those books.
Yeah, that's no problem. If you will do that, I will. I'll come
Okay.
in and I'll
Because
look
that'll
through it and I'll
highlight
find it.
what signs we've had made and when it was to close and,
So you're gonna take the kids that like to play basketball and close that part of it at dusk? The whole thing, in other words.
Yeah, the whole park.
We don't have any lights, do we, up there?
They have lights all over the park.
There ain't lights there to play
Not lighting
basketball
up
though.
Right,
Not
basketball.
that, but the park is lit.
That's what, look
No, but you're
at
thinking about the school was still up there then.
Right.
And they had all the lighting in
They
it
had
up
the
there.
lighting, yeah. We don't
And
have
if you let it dusk, it's okay. I'm sure, and I don't go up there much anymore. So I don't know if they're still playing basketball after.
No, they're doing everything
I don't
else
know.
but.
Yeah,
No,
basically.
they're not playing basketball. I go by there all the time.
Okay, I didn't know.
But okay, I will get with, whenever you get time. I mean,
we'll
it's
pull
not.
them, we'll put them on your desk.
Okay.
You just don't.
If you could, if you
Don't let
actually
them
have,
leave.
if you actually have time to do it this week, I'll be in here over the holiday weekend because
Okay.
I'm not going out of town or anything, so I plan on.
You're not going.
If you don't have time, that's fine, we'll do it.
You're not gonna go out with that other million people, are
No. I think that's all I have. Fire department is not here. I was over there Saturday at the craft thing. They had a nice turnout of vendors and it was pretty crowded with people going through it on Saturday. Looked like a nice turnout. They did get their new computer installed. I talked to Bill. He did say they had that installed. Police Chief Guy?
One of the things I have, first of all, with the vandalisms, 2 weeks ago, I plan on serving 3 of the individuals on Wednesday morning. So they'll be getting their summonses Wednesday. Maslin has already issued warrants for their arrest. So I plan on finishing my side of it Wednesday morning. Gotta talk to a couple and get it finished up. And we should be, gotta do a couple more interviews, but as long as everything goes good, then I'll be getting their summonses for vandalism here.
We had an indictment in the paper today too, on something that happened at the park. That was in the day's paper. Person was indicted.
Oh, okay. The community watch, a lot of people are asking me questions about doing a community watch. I would have no problems maybe having a meeting, just an informational meeting, see who would show up, see who would all be interested in it. If anyone would want to come to that, I'm thinking maybe I can post something at the end of, probably within a week or two, just post when we have it. I'm tentatively thinking maybe the next council meeting before the meeting. if that works with everybody, if you guys are okay with me doing that. Just to see what residents want to get involved with, kind of have like an open discussion, let them answer some questions, and see if it's something that people are interested in doing, and that'll come out to it
Before or after council meeting?
probably before the meeting. That's what I'm tentatively
You can do
thinking,
that here,
if that's okay.
and we could put flyers out and post it on the
Try to get something on the
police
sign over there at the
Facebook.
same time.
Yeah.
I'll get it out there. So tentatively, I'll try to get that cleared up as soon as I can talk to them a little bit about it. Tentatively for next council meeting, 5 o'clock.
Deb won't be here, don't matter.
Yeah, Deb will be here.
Okay, good. She'll be gone, so get.
But and I can take minutes in that, at that meeting, we can record it, whatever. You know, the people, if there's someone that can't make it, we can get the info to them so they know, and then they can get back with us.
Yes, sir.
Are the people involved in this, are they gonna be carrying weapons?
Oh my God, no.
No, they're just
I mean, I've just heard, I've seen people make statements about
I
it.
know, yeah, no, they're to observe.
And I thought, what are we gonna have, Trayvon Martin in Beach City, you know?
No.
What if it's your own home, and you look out and somebody's vandalizing the place? What do you do then?
They're,
Well, I can understand protecting your own home. What I'm saying is having like a vigilante groups
Well,
running around
yeah,
the
walk
village.
in the
Yeah,
street, but if you're in your own property,
you gotta protect your property.
yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody has a gun and all of a
I'm
sudden they're
talking
afraid of
about-
somebody coming at them.
They're almost talking like starting a militia, to where you get like
Yeah.
5 or 6 people walking around town with
no,
guns.
no.
Exactly what you said will happen. in Florida.
I heard the craziest thing
No, I
about
got a
Montana,
12
there's a
gauge
law.
loaded with rock salt.
If
If
3
you
Indians
yell
come
at
at
them,
you,
just
shoot
burn
them.
them good.
And some guy was talking about doing it out there at that pipeline.
Might need not to go out
This
there.
is a sick country.
After I seen what happened today with 4 cops shot, I don't know what the heck to do.
One in Santa
Before
Barbara.
yesterday, too.
Killing these guys and their kids.
Well, like they said that one day, they were just looking to shoot a cop and the guy showed up in uniform.
Yeah, the chief said it was a uniform thing. It wasn't a person, it was about the uniform.
I appreciate you getting right on that, I really do.
Sure, no, absolutely.
But would you mind, because I like that idea, that December 5th, but would you mind like having that other one, you know, having 2 of those first meetings to try to draw people in, and maybe the other one, like say, middle of January, just because we're right now in between the 2 holidays.
Okay, what if we started for the first of the year?
Huh?
Would you guys be okay with me doing it the first of the year?
Yeah.
Yeah, that might be better, because then your holidays are all over.
And I'm not
Well,
trying
hold on a
to,
minute, my wife might have a baby then, so it might have
Oh,
to be
yeah,
second
that's
meeting.
right.
January 3rd.
I'm not trying to burst your bubble or, I'm just trying to give you, I'm just trying to make it
You're
so
right, it is
you're
the
getting
holidays, and
best
getting,
response.
it'll give people a chance to get through the holidays, and including myself. So let's shoot for a meeting in January. Let's tentatively say we'll have one in January, that way it gives people plenty of time to get it, and it'll give me more time to get my ducks in a row.
And you two would have a better chance to talk to people to get them interested in it by that time. How's that sound?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll do it in January.
Okay, very good. And if we end up needing to have two meetings, you know, if we have to have one on a weekend or something, I'm available. Chief's usually here sometime during the weekend. You know, if people work strange hours or whatever, we want to try to accommodate as many people as we can, you know, to get them to
I'm
come.
trying a couple of modern ways of trying to have a meeting, but I don't know how well that'll work. Modern ways, the Facebook Live thing. I've got a lot of legal issues I gotta work with that one though, so that's way off in the future. I'd rather have just a,
I like, you know what, I like face to face.
I do too. I agree, so that's an idea that was brought up to me, so that's something I'm not gonna play with right now.
And maybe even have donuts or something.
Everyone likes donuts.
Yeah, I might even come then.
No, you're not.
Well, we
You're
got one.
this thing, Franny.
We're gonna have to.
No, if you got donuts,
If you can't vote for hams for the employees, we're not giving you free donuts.
That's right.
Oh, hey, I didn't mean anything by that.
Completely fine.
Yes,
Well, if
you
anyone
did.
has questions also regarding anything with the police department, I would invite them to come see me anytime. I just want people to know that I've got an open door policy, and anyone that would have any questions regarding anything in town that I can answer for them, just give me a call. I'll be glad to meet with anybody and talk to them at any time. So with any questions or anything like that, I don't really respond on Facebook because that just gets me in trouble. So if anyone has any questions or concerns, Just tell them, you know, if they talk to you, tell them, come see me. I'll gladly talk to them.
Yeah, and kind of off the record, but I would just like to say, I did find myself on the wrong side of the law a few weeks ago. And I appreciated the way that your officer handled it
Thank you.
when he came to the house. I don't know what his name was, but I know I contacted you.
You did. I appreciate
And
that.
I just wanna say that if I'm gonna get in trouble, which I don't like to get, you know, it's kind of embarrassing,
Yeah, I understand.
but, the way he handled it, you know, when he left my home that night, I felt like we were on a win-win.
Oh, good. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, that's all I have, guys.
All right, thank you, Chief, and also thank you for the quickness of this investigation into the vandalism. I know you worked with a lot of other agencies and you spent quite a few hours, and I appreciate you and your department making that a priority, and
Thank you.
to think that just 2 weeks ago and it's already potentially going to be arrests made within the next couple days. That's impressive for any police department, let alone a smaller town police department.
Did you
I think
get to
they
work
did
with the city
a
of
lot
Madison on that? Did you? Okay.
Andrew, village administrator, do you have anything tonight? I know you do.
My first thing, I want to introduce our new hire. This is Mr. King.
Glad to have you, Dustin.
Yeah, he's old enough to work.
I introduced him to several of the people already.
Nice looking young gentleman.
He's been with us for a week now and just kind of getting his bearings. He got thrown right into the meter reading, so he learned about quite a bit of where things were here and over at Wilmot, but running him through the paces.
He met everybody else. I don't think he met Gene Fair. He wasn't here when he got up.
Yeah, have him stand up and introduce himself and tell us a little bit. Come on, Dustin, I'm gonna put you on the
Come on up this way, Dustin. That way, everybody likes to look at it.
Yeah.
What do you want to know?
You're out of high school, right?
Yeah.
Just tell us your background, you know, where you came from and
Okay.
something like that.
Well, obviously I'm from the Fairless area. Been here since 5th grade. Graduated in 2014, senior year. Was the first year that our football program went to the playoffs. Everybody knows about that. Wastewater background. I got hired at Canal Fulton 2 years ago, part-time, just pretty much basic labor, but I kind of got my hand dabbled in like water distribution and other sort of stuff. And saw the job opening here. I'm pretty much 10 minutes down the road, so figured why not try and get a full-time job. So here I am.
Thank you for your interest in our community, and we're hoping this is the beginning of a long relationship with us.
Absolutely.
I think the opportunity's here for you. Close to home, you're young, you're energetic. I think it could be good for both parties. So
And
thank
you
for,
notice we do have good council meetings. We get to talk a lot.
10 minutes, you what, you round the bar?
Yeah, I'm on what's called the top of the world.
Oh, yeah.
We could put Franny in charge of doing this.
everybody knows where that is.
Everybody knows where that is, so.
Well, thank you, Dustin.
Yeah, no problem.
Welcome.
Welcome aboard.
Thanks.
You're not from. You know where the railroad tracks are, Elton and the road, Navarre Road and all that comes like that 4 points by the road. Go a little bit further down, look up over the hill.
Going towards the bar.
You're close to the antenna, ain't you, Dustin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much primary.
Met with, after the last meeting, I was able to meet with Verizon regarding the cell phone plan. We'll be bringing 2 new lines on because I currently have 2 lines that I need to add. And with that and reworking the plan, Our bill will go up to roughly $470 a month. That's with 6 lines at one rate, 5 lines at another, because the difference in the rate structure is our minutes will go into a pool and the whole entity will pull from the pool. I was gonna go through with this last week. The reason I kind of pushed it off was I wasn't sure without talking to the chief, because currently we're all on the same cell phone bill. And I wanted to discuss it with him further and see where he was at with wanting to change his rate structure, because it'll actually benefit the police department as well. Right now, our minute plan is roughly 1,400 minutes, and it's gonna go up to 2,400 minutes. So that's gonna help us out, as far as, you know, basically our calls in here, our calls to customers, salesmen, things of that nature, because everything else is gonna be, you know, in between the plan or Verizon doesn't cost us anything. The minute plan really only affects when we call outside of the network. So with that going forward, and I talked to him tonight, he wants to jump on board with this because it's gonna actually more or less save us money in the long run.
Is that like unlimited?
Yeah, and it's gonna really get rid of a lot of headaches for going forward with the overages and having to police everything. I mean, it'll still be watched, but we shouldn't have an issue as far as outlandish bills anymore.
Andrew, when the system goes down anywhere, does it automatically still call our cell phones to let somebody know that some part of the system went down?
Yeah.
Okay. How many people's phones will end up being called on this? Everybody or what?
Depends on the department that's involved.
Oh, I meant sewer more than anything.
If it's sewer or water, I get a message, Lonnie gets a message, and Mr. King will get a message. If it's electric, the whole entire department will get a message. And then basically what we do from there is I'll talk to the guys and we'll orchestrate who's coming in. I try to send a limited crew in to assess the situation. If they can fix it, they can fix it. If we need more people, then we get more people.
So you can tell them whether a squirrel got to it or whether it did not.
Quite a bit of the issues that we have, I mean, when we have a large widespread outage, it could be, you know, on the electric side, it could be the Edison feeder line. If we have, you know, a large outage, say, north of town, you know, or south of town, because of the way that our feeder splits, down on 3rd Avenue, or Manchester, you know, because of the way that feeder splits, it could be any number of things, but if we have an isolated incident up on 6th Avenue, or if we have an isolated incident on 4th Avenue, you know, usually I know, yeah, we only need 2 people. I'm not gonna bring an entire crew in for squirrel.
How much of an increase is this over what we used to pay?
Your current bill averages around $330 a month.
Plus with the overages, it goes up anyhow.
But I
There won't be any
went
overage.
baseline. Our baseline currently is $330 a month. With adding 2 lines, I mean, that's $50 a phone. So, and by actually upping the minute plan, because we ran into a minute issue 2 months ago, 3 months ago. It was actually on my line. We ran into a minute issue, and it was more or less just really me calling here, calling the sewer plant, calling Cindy, calling Debbie, you know, because
But aren't they all on your line?
No.
office numbers are not. Which, and we'll discuss that going further after I meet with more people again. And I get some more cold hard facts about it, but they do now offer the same system that we currently have in all our buildings through Verizon. Now, if we would go to that system, what I do know is it would be free phones for every location. But the other thing is, if we went to a Verizon business system for, it would be here, fire, and police, then those would all become in-network calls, which negates the probability of having a minute overage again. But really, truth be told, and there again, we went back through the bill history. I think with us going with this higher minute plan, I don't think that's gonna be a problem anyhow. So, that's all I have.
Okay. Thank you, Andy. Stephen, do you have anything to know?
Just to address the questions relative to the park, I did some quick research. I don't see any requirement that you have to get an appraisal before you sell it. You do have to engage in competitive bidding for 5 consecutive weeks, advertising it, and then council would be obligated to accept the highest bidder. I know in a lot of competitive bidding, it's highest and best. In this case, it would be the highest bidder would win, but you would have the right to reject any bids. So just because you got one doesn't mean you have to take the highest. With regard to the deed covenant or the deed restriction, those have been upheld, and specific to mobile homes or RVs as recently as 2011, that you could have that and it could be open-ended, so it doesn't have to be for a specific period of years. So I think you could do both.
Okay, thank you. So if we decide to do it, we could do it after January sometime, if you decide to.
Is there anything that we talked about tonight that anyone needs any clarification on? No? All right, well, if that's it, the meeting is adjourned.